Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into something that's not just evolving. It's fundamentally shifted in ways many of us are still trying to grasp. The entire world of work. Forget the idea of a single lifelong career. We're in a job market that's dynamic, ever-evolving, and, well, quite frankly, often mind-blowing.
It truly is. What's fascinating here is how fundamentally our understanding of what a job even means has been rewritten. And, how quickly this transformation has happened. It's driven by these powerful, interconnected forces that continue to redefine value itself.
Absolutely. So this deep dive is for anyone curious about navigating or maybe just comprehending the roles and industries actively shaping our global economy right now. Think of it as a personalized guide, maybe, to understanding where your unique human value is increasingly being created in this new landscape.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to journey through the historical shifts that laid the groundwork, pinpoint the powerful forces currently at play that reshape pretty much everything, then dive into specific, intriguing job categories emerging right now.
And we'll peek into how these trends look globally, maybe even speculate a bit on what, say, 2050 might hold. And most importantly, we want to equip you with practical, actionable advice for thriving in this vibrant, constantly changing landscape. It's a lot to cover, sure, but it's all about helping you connect the dots and maybe see your own path more clearly.
Right. And to truly grasp the 21st century job market, it really helps to rewind a bit. Where did this all begin, and what were the major turning points that laid the groundwork for today's incredibly diverse and fast-paced work environment? It really does feel like we've accelerated through centuries of change in just a few decades.
It really does. I mean, sometimes it feels like we went from, I don't know, plowing fields to coding AI algorithms in the blink of an eye. So what's the first big historical marker that really kick-started this transformation?
That's an excellent place to start. The evolution of work is this compelling story of continuous, often disruptive transformation. It truly began with the Industrial Revolution. We're talking late 18th to early 19th centuries. This period saw a huge societal shift, right? From agrarian, farming-based economies to industrial ones. Suddenly, people were leaving their fields, moving into factories, and this gave rise to entirely new factory roles, things like textile workers operating power looms, and machinists tending to steam-powered equipment. Mechanization was the prime driver here. It boosted productivity like never before, and it demanded a completely new set of skills, moving away from brute physical labor.
Towards operating complex machinery.
Precisely. Skillfully operating complex machinery.
So a whole different skill set was needed almost overnight, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And I imagine that shift from physical strength to operating machines was just the beginning, right? The beginning of redefining what's valuable in a worker.
Exactly. Then, as we moved into the 20th century, we entered what's widely known as the information age. This era was defined by the introduction of computers, which were, at first, these massive machines often hidden away in special climate-controlled rooms.
Yeah, I remember those images.
But their arrival kicked off groundbreaking roles: computer programmers who wrote the code and data entry clerks who painstakingly fed information into them. So the value shifted, away from just the machines.
Towards information processing.
Exactly. Processing information became key.
That was a foundational step for sure. But the real acceleration, the one that really laid the tracks for our current world, that happened in the 1990s with the digital revolution.
Oh, absolutely.
Propelled by the widespread adoption of the internet, which fundamentally made information globally accessible and fostered this, unprecedented connectivity. And that connectivity just exploded in the early 21st century, didn't it?
It absolutely took that digital foundation and just put it on a rocket ship.
Yeah.
The launch of platforms like Google in '98, Facebook in 2004, YouTube in 2005, they aren't just search engines or social sites.
Oh.
They fundamentally democratized information and, crucially, content creation. This directly led to the emergence of roles like social media managers, crafting digital identities for brands and content creators, producing everything from videos to podcasts for mass audiences. It wasn't just about accessing information anymore. It was about producing it yourself.
Yeah, that production piece is huge. And if we think about external shocks, the 2008 financial crisis played its part too, didn't it? Maybe indirectly.
Oh, for sure.
By pushing many workers towards more flexible, freelance, and gig work models. Partly out of necessity, I think.
Yeah, I definitely remember that shift. Traditional jobs suddenly felt, less secure
Exactly.
And of course, more recently, the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. It normalized remote work on a global scale almost overnight.
Overnight, really.
Yeah. And that spawned even more specialized roles, like remote work facilitators who help organizations manage these distributed teams effectively using tools like Slack or Zoom. It basically forced this global experiment that reshaped our whole understanding of the office.
So many rapid changes just stacking up. What does all this history reveal about where we're headed next? Like, what's the core insight here?
Exactly. And looking ahead even into 2025 and beyond, we see current driving technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, blockchain, quantum computing. They're continuing to create entirely new job categories, often at the intersection of different fields, which is interesting.
Hmm.
And at the same time, major global concerns like sustainability and social equity are actively shaping roles that specifically address these big challenges,
Mm.
from climate science to ethical AI.
Right.
So what this whirlwind tour truly reveals, I think, is that the nature of value itself in the workplace has shifted profoundly from, brute force to processing power, and now almost entirely to our uniquely human capacity to adapt, create, and connect.
Evolving human value.
It's about evolving human value. That's the key takeaway.
That's a powerful point, and it raises an important question.
Mm.
If human value is evolving, what are the primary drivers behind these monumental shifts we're experiencing in the job market right now?
Mm.
Understanding these underlying forces seems absolutely essential for anyone looking to capitalize on today's opportunities and, prepare for tomorrow's.
Absolutely. It's like trying to understand the currents of a powerful river if you want to navigate it, right? First and foremost, we have the technological revolution as the cornerstone. We're talking about the internet, which is still evolving.
Still changing.
Plus AI, blockchain, and automation. These aren't just buzzwords. They're fundamentally rewriting how business is done and, by extension, what jobs are needed. And a huge part of this is the rise of the gig economy.
Right. The gig economy.
Hmm.
Powered by platforms like Uber, Airbnb, Upwork.
Mm.
It really seems to emphasize flexibility, doesn't it? What's the real impact of that on a worker's life?
Well, it's created an explosion of flexible roles. Everything from freelance content creators to rideshare drivers and micro-entrepreneurs leveraging these platforms. Economic reports suggest that by 2025, over 30% of U.S. workers will participate in gig work in some way.
30%?
Yeah. And it's not just the U.S. Global platforms like Fiverr and Freelancer enable millions worldwide to monetize diverse skills: graphic design, web development, virtual assistants, translation. You name it. It's truly democratizing entrepreneurship in a way, giving individuals more control over how they work. Though, of course, it also comes with new considerations around benefits and stability.
Sure, that's the trade-off.
Yep.
It really is. And then there's AI's transformative impact. We've only just begun to truly grasp it, haven't we?
We really have.
AI has created entirely new, highly specialized roles, like machine learning engineers. These are the architects behind the algorithms, powering everything from, say, recommendation engines on Netflix to the complex systems in autonomous drones. And then you have data scientists tasked with analyzing these truly vast data sets generated every second to find insights and drive crucial decisions. Can you give an example of what a data scientist might actually do day to day and how AI's influence is getting, well, more profound?
Sure. A data scientist at a hospital, for instance, might use patient data and AI to predict disease outbreaks. That allows for proactive public health measures.
Okay, that's huge.
Or at an e-commerce firm, a data scientist could optimize pricing strategies in real time to maximize sales using algorithms. But AI's reach extends further. Emerging fields like quantum computing, for example, are spawning even more novel roles. We're seeing quantum algorithm developers designing programs for computers using quantum mechanics.
Right, the quantum stuff.
To solve problems that would take a traditional supercomputer billions of years in mere minutes. That's the kind of leap we're talking about for fields like drug discovery or materials science.
Unbelievable.
And blockchain developers are creating secure, decentralized systems for everything from cryptocurrency to transparent supply chain tracking. It's just this incredible wave of innovation creating demand for highly specific, cutting-edge skills.
Wow. So technology is a massive piece. What other powerful forces are reshaping the job market alongside it?
Well, beyond the technological, we have globalization and connectivity. This force has quite literally shrunk the world. Geographical distances are almost irrelevant for many businesses now.
True.
Companies operate across borders, not in isolation. And that creates demand for jobs that specifically leverage this interconnectedness. Take supply chain analysts, for example. Their job is to manage the incredibly complex logistics of global trade, ensuring products move efficiently from raw material to finished good, reaching consumers on time.
And we really saw how crucial that was during the pandemic, didn't we? Global disruptions made their role incredibly high stakes.
Absolutely. The pandemic highlighted just how critical their role is. Widespread disruptions exposed all these vulnerabilities in global supply chains. By 2025, these analysts are increasingly using sophisticated AI tools not just to track things, but to predict and mitigate risks. Anticipating port delays, navigating geopolitical tensions, reacting to sudden shifts in demand, their intelligence is vital.
That makes perfect sense. And the remote work shift connects to this too, right? It's not just what we do, but where we do it.
Definitely. The widespread shift to remote work, accelerated by recent events, has profoundly altered where and how people work. This has directly created roles like remote work facilitators. They are vital in designing hybrid or fully remote models, ensuring smooth communication using tools like Zoom or Slack. This flexibility has also made the digital nomad lifestyle professionals working remotely while traveling increasingly mainstream.
Yeah, you see that everywhere now.
Countries like Portugal, Thailand, Costa Rica are even offering special digital nomad visas, inviting remote workers. And this trend, in turn, has spurred jobs like co-working space managers who create these vibrant collaborative environments for remote workers, fostering community and providing essential infrastructure. It's transformed how companies think about talent acquisition.
That idea of the world shrinking truly underpins so much of this. And I imagine that interconnectedness also plays a huge role in the next force, sustainability and social impact. As we become more aware of our collective impact, these have become massive drivers of new job creation, right?
Absolutely.
We're seeing roles directly addressing climate change and social inequality popping up everywhere.
Absolutely. Sustainability isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's a foundational principle creating entirely new career paths. Sustainability consultants, for instance, are in high demand. They advise organizations on reducing their carbon footprint, operating more responsibly. Parallel to this, diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, specialists are crucial for fostering inclusive workplaces where everyone feels valued, addressing historical imbalances, promoting belonging.
Yeah, DEI roles have become really prominent in almost every major corporation.
You really have.
It has. And on the energy front, renewable energy technicians are on the front lines installing solar panels and wind turbines, directly contributing to the clean energy transition. This sector is booming. The International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, reported it employed over 12 million people globally in 2024.
Wow, 12 million, that's huge. And as climate change impacts become more apparent, climate risk analysts are stepping in. They assess how environmental changes, rising sea levels, extreme weather will impact businesses and communities, helping them build resilience and adapt. It's about proactive planning for a changing planet.
Makes sense. And finally, there's the shift towards valuing experiences, what we'll call the experience economy. This isn't just about products anymore, is it?
Precisely. This cultural shift where people increasingly value unique, memorable experiences over just owning stuff has naturally created roles like event experience designers. They go beyond just planning events to crafting truly immersive, memorable encounters, whether it's a concert or a brand launch.
Right.
Similarly, wellness coaches are gaining prominence. They address holistic, health, mental, physical, emotional well-being, often through personalized virtual sessions, emphasizing proactive care.
And the metaverse fits in here too, I guess, as a new frontier for experiences.
Definitely. We can't discuss experiences without mentioning the metaverse, this sort of virtual, interconnected digital world. That's still early days for sure, but it's already spawning fascinating new jobs. Things like virtual event planners, organizing gatherings within these digital realms, and avatar designers creating the digital identities and personalized experiences people use in these virtual spaces.
Okay, so we've pinpointed the forces: technology, globalization, sustainability, and the experience economy. Big stuff. But what does all of this mean for the actual jobs people are doing right now, and the new ones emerging so fast? Let's take that deep dive into some of the most prominent and frankly intriguing job categories defining our current landscape.
Yes, let's do that. The jobs of the 21st century span incredibly diverse industries, but some categories are particularly dynamic and really illustrate that shift towards human uniqueness. At the core, you have technology and data-driven jobs. These roles often blend high technical expertise with a surprising amount of creativity. We're talking about positions like AI ethics specialists. Their job is to ensure the AI systems we build are fair and unbiased.
Okay.
They meticulously audit algorithms to prevent discrimination, a crucial task as AI becomes more pervasive.
That sounds incredibly vital. I mean, if AI is learning from our data, which is often biased,
Exactly.
we need to ensure it's not just perpetuating existing societal biases. What does that look like in practice? Like, what does an AI ethics specialist do?
It's a fantastic question, and it's a very human-centric role despite being in tech. Consider Maria. Let's say she's a 32-year-old AI ethics specialist at a major tech firm. Her daily work involves auditing complex algorithms for hidden biases. She might have this unique background combining computer science with philosophy, maybe, giving her a deep understanding of both the technical and ethical
Like
sides.
that blend.
Recently, let's imagine, she found a major flaw in a company's hiring algorithm. It was unintentionally favoring male candidates because it learned from historical data reflecting past imbalances.
Oh, wow.
So Maria redesigned the algorithm to prioritize fairness. It significantly improved hiring practices and remarkably set a new industry standard for ethical AI deployment in that company. It just shows how human oversight is crucial even with advanced tech.
That's truly impactful, a great example. And beyond AI ethics, what other tech-driven roles are really defining our landscape?
Well, cybersecurity analysts are absolutely vital for protecting sensitive data from attacks, especially in finance and healthcare where breaches are catastrophic. User experience, or UX, designers are the creative minds making apps and websites intuitive and, well, enjoyable to use.
Yeah, important.
And on the frontier, metaverse developers are the architects building the virtual worlds we just discussed for gaming, education, even commerce. Their work blends coding, design, and storytelling to create immersive digital experiences.
That's a powerful picture of how technology is reshaping roles. But it's not just about the digital realm, is it? As you mentioned, big societal shifts are driving new job categories, particularly in creative pursuits. The internet has truly democratized creativity.
It really has.
Anyone with an idea and a connection can now reach a global audience. This has fueled demand for roles like VR content creators and social media managers.
Exactly. It's opened up entirely new avenues. Let's look at Jamal, maybe 28 years old, a VR content creator. He might have started in traditional graphic design, but saw the immense potential in virtual reality. Now he creates virtual training simulations for firefighters. He uses platforms like Unity to design incredibly realistic scenarios so firefighters can practice critical skills in a safe, controlled environment. His work isn't just creative, it's solving real-world problems through this blend of tech and artistic vision.
That's a great example of combining creativity with practical application.
Really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
What about the roles that manage digital presence, like social media managers?
Right. Then there's Sophia, let's say 25, a social media manager for a fashion brand. Her job is way more than just posting nice pictures.
Oh,
She meticulously crafts campaigns to boost engagement and drive sales. She's constantly analyzing metrics like click-through rates and audience demographics, using that data to tailor content so it really connects. Yeah, it's this fascinating mix, right? Creativity, but also like sharp data analytics.
It's truly democratized media in many ways. Moving beyond the digital, healthcare and wellness jobs are another expanding sector.
Yeah.
This is driven by aging populations and that growing societal focus on holistic well-being. This field includes roles like telehealth specialists, providing medical consultations remotely, making healthcare more accessible, and wellness coaches, focusing on the broader aspects of physical and mental health. How are these roles changing the way we think about health?
They're shifting us from reactive treatment to proactive holistic care. Consider Elena, maybe 34, a wellness coach. Elena works mainly through virtual platforms, helping clients manage stress, improve nutrition, and enhance overall well-being. She designs personalized plans, often incorporating mindfulness and customized fitness routines,
Right.
underscoring that growing emphasis on proactive holistic health. This isn't just about treating illness anymore, it's about optimizing well-being.
A big shift.
And Dr. Patel, maybe a 40-year-old telehealth specialist, exemplifies how technology is revolutionizing access. He provides virtual consultations to patients in rural or underserved areas, uses secure digital platforms to diagnose, review symptoms, and prescribe treatments. His work is invaluable in making quality healthcare accessible to those facing geographical barriers.
It's clear that push for a healthier planet is also a huge driver, leading us to green and sustainable jobs.
Huh.
Sustainability isn't just a buzzword, like you said. It's creating entirely new careers. Roles like urban farmers, bringing food production into cities,
Yeah.
and circular economy specialists, designing systems to minimize waste.
That's right. It's a whole ecosystem of roles emerging.
Yeah.
Let's look at Liam, a circular economy specialist. He works for a major consumer goods company, responsible for designing a closed-loop supply chain, meaning ensuring products and materials are reused and recycled as much as possible, essentially eliminating waste.
Okay.
His innovative approach might involve creating partnerships for recycling, resulting in a remarkable 40% reduction in plastic waste for the company. His role shows how environmental goals can align perfectly with business strategy.
That's a perfect example of integrating sustainability into core business. Good for the planet, good for the bottom line potentially.
Exactly. Then there's Amina, say 30, an urban farmer in Chicago. Amina manages a vertical farm, producing fresh, leafy greens sustainably using hydroponics, growing plants in water, no soil, often indoors in layers.
Right, the vertical farms.
Her work transforms local food supply chains, reduces the carbon footprint of transport, and provides fresh produce to urban areas. It's truly innovative.
The demand is clearly there. Finally, we must acknowledge the growing importance of education and lifelong learning. In a world where skills can become obsolete quickly, continuous learning isn't just an advantage, it's an absolute necessity, isn't it?
Absolutely necessary.
And this drives a whole new set of roles, including edtech specialists revolutionizing online learning and career transition coaches guiding people through significant shifts. How are these roles making continuous learning more accessible?
They are essentially flattening the learning curve. Aisha, an edtech specialist, maybe designs online courses for a prominent platform. She might focus on micro-credentials like a concise course in data analytics.
Those shorter courses, yeah.
Aisha incorporates interactive simulations and practical exercises, making learning engaging and directly applicable. Her work meets that growing demand for flexible, skill-based education that you can acquire quickly.
Makes sense.
Then there's Raj, maybe a career transition coach. He specializes in helping professionals pivot into entirely new fields. He might have recently guided a client from retail through a coding bootcamp, successfully helping them land a career in cybersecurity. His work underscores the critical importance of reskilling and upskilling, helping people adapt to new opportunities.
So we've looked at the big forces and specific job categories, often maybe with a North American or European lens. But what does this mean globally? Job trends aren't uniform, right? They reflect local economies, unique challenges, specific advancements. How do these shifts manifest differently around the world?
That's a crucial question, and it's truly fascinating to see the regional variations. In Africa, for instance, you see huge demand for mobile money agents, especially in Kenya, where M-Pesa, the ubiquitous mobile money system, is a cornerstone of the economy, facilitating billions in transactions. These agents act like digital banking facilitators, empowering people in a largely cashless economy.
Financial inclusion driven by mobile tech? What about Asia? Lots happening there.
Asia, oh yeah. Well, tech hubs in cities like Bangalore, India, and Shenzhen, China are absolutely booming. Huge demand for AI developers, robotics engineers. They're global centers for innovation.
Right.
Meanwhile, in Japan, the aging population drives demand for elder care specialists, and they're increasingly integrating robotic assistants into care homes for support and companionship.
Robots in elder care. Wow.
Yeah. We also see rapid growth in e-commerce, logistics, and digital content creation across Southeast Asia, reflecting a young, digitally native population there.
What's unique in Latin America that you're seeing?
Latin America, the e-commerce explosion means a big need for last-mile delivery coordinators, optimizing logistics for giants like Mercado Libre, getting packages to sometimes very remote areas.
Logistics is key there.
Definitely. And in places like Costa Rica, ecotourism guides are vital, blending tourism with conservation, focusing on sustainable development. Plus, a rise in renewable energy projects, hydro, wind power. Europe, with its strong environmental policies, sees high demand for offshore wind farm technicians supporting the green energy push.
Makes sense.
And strict data privacy rules like GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, created a specialized role for data privacy officers, ensuring compliance, which reflects a strong emphasis on consumer rights.
And it's standing out maybe in North America and the Middle East.
North America, particularly the US, seems to be leading in developing things like the metaverse, generating roles for developers, and also coordinating the gig economy, managing those large freelance platforms.
Hmm.
And the Middle East. Smart city planners in places like Dubai are designing these futuristic, sustainable urban systems. And water management specialists are crucial, addressing scarcity in arid regions through desalination and conservation tech.
It's truly fascinating how specific regional needs drive entirely new careers. Mobile money in Africa, robotic elder care in Japan.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yet many trends clean energy digital platforms are interconnected, aren't they? It shows a shared global evolution, even with these local flavors. Which brings me to think about truly revolutionary industries. Are there certain sectors creating entirely new paradigms of work that were just unimaginable decades ago?
Yes. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, certain industries aren't just adapting, they're truly revolutionizing, creating entirely new paradigms of work unimaginable decades ago. These sectors are at the forefront of job creation and innovation, really powerful engines of change.
Which ones stand out most to you as creating completely new ways of working?
Let's start with biotechnology. It's fundamentally revolutionizing healthcare, creating roles like bioengineers, designing and even growing lab-grown organs, potentially addressing donor organ shortages, paving the way for personalized medicine.
Lab-grown organs, incredible.
Then there are CRISPR specialists working with advanced gene editing tech. Think of them as biological scissors for DNA to treat, maybe even cure diseases by editing genes directly. The sector is projected for 7% annual growth through 2030, driven by personalized medicine treatments tailored to individual genetics.
Oh,
For instance, think of Dr. Kim, a CRISPR specialist. Maybe she works on gene therapies for cancer. Her team might have developed a treatment targeting specific mutations, dramatically extending patient lifespans. Her role demands deep biology expertise and a keen grasp of complex ethical considerations.
Incredible, truly groundbreaking potential there. What's next in these revolutionary industries? Space, maybe?
Next, space exploration. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's rapidly expanding thanks to private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, no longer just government agencies running the show.
Right, the private players.
This burgeoning space economy is creating roles like space tourism operators, facilitating commercial space travel,
Space tourism.
and orbital mechanics engineers, meticulously calculating trajectories for satellites and spacecraft, ensuring safe, efficient operations in orbit. Projections suggest it could be a $3 billion industry by 2030.
3 billion. Wow.
Imagine Carlos, a space tourism operator, training spaceflight attendants for commercial flights, designing safety protocols for zero-G. It combines hospitality with complex engineering for a truly out-of-this-world experience.
Amazing. And what about the push for a greener future? That seems revolutionary, too.
Absolutely. The push for net zero carbon goals is heavily fueling the renewable energy sector. This drive for sustainability creates vital roles. Wind turbine technicians installing and maintaining these massive structures. Energy storage specialists developing advanced battery systems to make renewable grids reliable even when the sun isn't shining or wind isn't blowing.
That storage piece is critical.
It really is. This sector already employed 12 million globally in 2024, as we mentioned. Olga may be an
On the machine, not just with it. That makes sense. What other human skills are becoming paramount?
Second, creativity and innovation are vital for everyone now, not just artists or designers. When machines handle the rote work, humans are valued for their unique capacity to generate new ideas, approach problems from novel angles, and invent solutions. Thinking outside the box, adapting to the unforeseen. It's not just about following instructions anymore, it's about writing new ones, in a way.
Not at all. And what about how we interact with each other in this new world? That seems more important than ever.
Third, emotional intelligence is increasingly crucial. Empathy, effective communication, collaborating effectively with diverse teams. Roles like a DEI specialist rely heavily on understanding human dynamics, fostering inclusive environments. As automation grows, human connection, negotiation, and collaboration will differentiate top performers. The human touch becomes more valuable, not less.
Exactly. The human element. That's key. Can't automate that.
Precisely. And finally, perhaps the most critical skill for the 21st century, adaptability. The market is constantly changing. The ability to learn new skills rapidly, pivot your career path, it's not optional anymore. It's a necessity.
Absolutely.
For example, a blockchain developer needs cryptography expertise and exceptional adaptability to keep pace with evolving protocols and new applications. The willingness to embrace continuous learning, to reinvent yourself, is paramount.
You've painted a really exciting picture of opportunities, and it's easy to get swept up in the optimism. But let's be realistic for a moment. What are the biggest systemic challenges or potential pitfalls we're facing as work transforms so rapidly?
That's a very fair point. Every transformation brings complexities and hurdles. One of the most prominent challenges is the automation threat. While automation creates new jobs, it also potentially displaces existing ones,
Yeah.
particularly in manufacturing, retail, and places with repetitive tasks.
Right.
Projections suggest up to 30% of current roles could be automated by 2030. That could cause significant workforce disruption if not managed carefully.
30%. That's a huge number and a real concern for a lot of people. How does that translate into actual economic challenges, like the skills mismatch?
It definitely is. And hand in hand with this is the skills gap.
Right.
Exactly. As new tech emerges, the skills needed for tomorrow's jobs aren't always present today. It creates a significant mismatch, a challenge for individuals and economies. Bridging this gap quickly and efficiently is an enormous societal undertaking. We're essentially kind of building the airplane while flying it.
So potential job displacement and a significant skills mismatch. Big challenges. But what about the opportunity side of that coin? Is it truly a dual-edged sword, or do the opportunities eventually outweigh the challenges?
It's vital to recognize the opportunities this challenge also creates. Automation, while displacing some jobs, simultaneously creates entirely new roles. For instance, factory jobs might automate, but demand grows for robotics technicians to maintain those robots, or AI trainers to refine AI systems, teach them new tasks. And the skills gap, while daunting, is being addressed by this burgeoning ecosystem of educational initiatives. Coding boot camps rapidly reskill people for tech roles.
Right, the boot camps.
Major companies like Google offer career certificates, accessible pathways to high-demand skills without a traditional degree. More flexible learning options are popping up everywhere.
That's encouraging, seeing those new pathways emerge. It offers hope.
Beyond this, the digital landscape has democratized entrepreneurship. Platforms like Etsy let artisans reach global markets directly. Substack empowers writers to monetize content independently. This fosters a new wave of micro-entrepreneurs building businesses around their passion.
Yeah, that creator economy.
Exactly. And looking more speculatively, the metaverse is creating unique opportunities. Fascinating new jobs like virtual real estate developers, literally building and selling digital properties and experiences online. So it's absolutely a dual-edged sword, but one teeming with potential for those willing to adapt and innovate, truly highlighting that evolving human value we talked about.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, maybe a bit sci-fi. If we fast forward to 2050, what kind of roles might emerge that we can barely imagine today? Beyond the trends we've discussed, what are the truly novel, speculative jobs that might become commonplace, driven by breakthroughs we dimly foresee?
It's an exciting exercise peering into that future, and I think we'll be surprised by what becomes ordinary by 2050 as technology and our understanding advance exponentially.
Yeah.
We can anticipate truly novel roles, things that sound like science fiction now. One area: brain-computer interface developers.
Whoa, okay.
They'd be designing direct interfaces connecting human brains to computers. Their work could revolutionize medicine, letting paraplegic patients control prosthetics with thought.
Just by thinking.
Maybe enhance cognition or enable entirely new communication forms. Imagine Zara, a hypothetical developer in 2050. She designs interfaces allowing patients to move objects just by thinking, transforming healthcare, accessibility, offering unprecedented autonomy.
Okay, that is truly mind-bending, like something out of a movie. What else might we see emerge that seems almost impossible now?
Another possibility: asteroid mining engineers. As space exploration gets more sophisticated, space economies develop.
Right, mining asteroids.
These engineers would extract valuable resources, rare metals, water, ice from asteroids. These materials could fuel spacecraft, support off-world construction, maybe even be used back on Earth.
Wow.
Then, as the metaverse matures, virtual economies become incredibly complex. We might see virtual economists,
The virtual economy.
specialists analyzing and managing intricate digital economies within the metaverse, understanding virtual supply and demand, advising on digital asset management, maybe shaping virtual tax policies.
A whole new frontier for economics, a whole new
Yeah.
economy to study, right? That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Managing digital gold or something.
Exactly. Finally, driven by climate change urgency, we could see climate restoration specialists. roles focusing on developing and deploying advanced tech to reverse environmental damage.
Like what kind of tech?
Like large-scale carbon capture systems pulling greenhouse gases from the air, or innovative methods to restore ecosystems and rebalance planetary systems. Jobs directly addressing humanity's biggest challenges with groundbreaking tech aiming to heal the planet.
So, given all these shifts, especially these radical potential roles in 2050, it begs the question, what does this mean for policy and education? How do we collectively prepare for these monumental shifts, bridge that skills gap we talked about, and ensure everyone has a chance to thrive?
This raises an important question for society as a whole. Preparing absolutely requires proactive policy and significant education reforms. Governments have a critical role via initiatives like subsidized training programs. In the U.S., the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act funds reskilling in tech and green jobs, helping workers transition. Think of Lena, maybe a policy analyst. She designs these reskilling programs. Her initiatives might have helped over 10,000 workers transition to tech roles, directly addressing the skills gap, systemically fostering resilience.
So government action is key to smooth transitions for individuals. What about private companies and the education sector itself?
Beyond government, public-private partnerships are proving incredibly effective. Companies like Amazon collaborating directly with universities on cloud computing certifications ensures education teaches skills employers actually need. It keeps curricula relevant and agile.
Yeah, that link is crucial.
Yes. Another key strategy is the proliferation of microcredentials. Universities and private platforms offering short, focused courses in specific high-demand skills, AI, cybersecurity, sustainability. Quicker than degrees, they allow rapid acquisition of specialized knowledge, enhancing resumes with verifiable competencies. Flexibility is vital, allows continuous upskilling.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for people already in the workforce who can't just take years off for a full degree.
Exactly. Ultimately, we need to foster a pervasive lifelong learning culture. Governments can promote this via incentives, maybe tax breaks for training, public awareness campaigns. The goal is to move from a one-time education model to one where learning is ongoing, integrated throughout a career, a fundamental part of professional life. It's about empowering individuals to embrace that evolving human value we discussed earlier.
So, for you listening right now, whether you're charting a career path, considering a pivot, or just incredibly curious about all this, what are the most valuable pieces of advice for navigating this dynamic, vibrant world of 21st century jobs? What are the practical steps one can take today to really thrive?
This is where we bring it all together into actionable strategies. First, and perhaps most crucial, upskill continuously. You simply can't rely on what you learned years ago. Enroll in online courses, Coursera, Udemy, plenty of options in high-demand areas. Coding, data analysis, sustainability. A Python course, for example, can instantly open doors to data science roles. Gives you a real edge.
Keep learning, basically, constantly.
Keep learning constantly, yes. Second, network virtually. The professional world is more connected than ever before. Join LinkedIn groups, Discord communities in your interest areas, attend virtual conferences. These platforms let you connect globally, share insights, and discover opportunities not advertised traditionally. Build those connections online.
Those online connections are invaluable. Yeah.
Yes. Third, make it a point to explore emerging fields. Don't be afraid to research roles in cutting-edge areas. Quantum computing, the metaverse. Follow industry leaders on platforms like X or LinkedIn. Stay abreast of the latest trends, potential career paths just starting to form. Proactive curiosity can uncover entirely new avenues for you.
Fourth point.
Embrace flexibility. The traditional 9-to-5 isn't the only option, and sometimes it's not even the best one by now. Try gig work on Upwork or Fiverr. Seek remote roles. It provides diverse experience. It helps build a robust portfolio showing various projects and skills, which is highly valued by employers today. Be open to different ways of working. It can unlock surprising opportunities.
Good advice. Be open.
Exactly. Fifth, develop soft skills. Often overlooked, but incredibly vital. Practice empathy, refine communication, cultivate adaptability through workshops, mentorship, even just conscious practice. These human-centric skills are increasingly valued as automation handles routine tasks. Human interaction and collaboration become more critical, differentiating top performers. Don't ever forget the people skills. Never.
Sixth, almost there.
Sixth, leverage microcredentials. As we discussed, these short, targeted certifications in high-demand skills, cybersecurity, digital marketing, quickly enhance your resume. They make you more competitive, show commitment to relevant learning without years of study. Get those quick, impactful wins on skills right.
Get those quick wins, yeah. And finally,
Stay informed. Make it a habit. Regularly read reports from reputable organizations like the World Economic Forum, McKinsey, others focusing on job trends. This proactive approach helps you anticipate opportunities, understand market demands, and make informed decisions about your career. It keeps you ahead of the curve.
The jobs of the 21st century truly form this vibrant tapestry, don't they? Innovation, creativity, impactful work. From the advanced algorithms powering AI to the hands-on work in sustainability, from personalized healthcare to immersive metaverse experiences, there are abundant opportunities for those who are curious, adaptable, and willing to embrace learning throughout their lives.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the future of work isn't merely about finding a job. It is, maybe more profoundly, about forging a path that deeply aligns with your personal passions and core values, leveraging your unique human abilities.
This raises an important question for you, our listener, to think about. How will you consciously design your own journey in this ever-evolving landscape, making work truly meaningful for yourself?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the evolution of work. We really hope you found these insights valuable.